He would hit and choke me without ever asking if this was okay. Okay, this is really bad. I was not aware of this. I assumed that there was some kind of conversation about this. If this was not consensual, that is like 10 times worse. He has to see his own penis through a small monitor to get an erection. I have no idea what sexuality this is. Maybe it's Zoomers. That's the real question. He can only goon to his own porn, but does he finish in the recording? This is like a chicken egg problem for gooning. So we've got this thread about Turkey Tom. Kiwi Farms doesn't really like Turkey Tom for some reason. I don't really pay attention to why they like and dislike different YouTubers. I do generally enjoy Turkey Tom's content. I think it's drama slop. Slop is slop, but it's high effort slop. So I enjoy it. But we've got this person who says she dated him. She met him on Tinder. She says, I had no idea what Kiwi Farms was, but this page was always his #1 search Safari thing that pops up on iPhone when he went to Google something. When I asked about this website, he got super defensive and weird about it. So I obviously looked into it and found all of this crazy shit, like him admitting to being bisexual. I messaged the owner of this website, Joshua Moon, to get the code to post here. Basically, I started to get suspicious about all the e-girls he's followed/interacted with, and he started raging at me. He also lied to me at first about the fact he does YouTube. Wait, he lied about doing YouTube? He did some crazy shit like kicked holes in a wall at a house he was renting? Because some e-girl who copies Belle Delphine got hacked and the hacker was blackmailing him with his dick pics? He continued to talk with her after the fact? Oh my god. I have screenshots confirming all of this. Attached a couple, but I think I have more. This guy is a real freak and likes to record sexual encounters without asking first, during almost every time. I know for a fact he's done this to at least one other girl. Serial gooner, and has flown out several e-girls to sleep with. He told me he has a file on his computer called Just In Case that's basically voice memos or calls from his exes to blackmail them with in case they ever say something about him. Thought I would get the message out and confirm y'all's suspicions. Also, if this gets out, to warn other young women in the Texas area. Here are the text messages. Everything good. IDK, I'll explain later. Has nothing to do with you. Oh shit, scale of 1 to 10, how bad? Very. Oh, I'm so sorry. An ex of mine got hacked, basically, and some stuff is probably going to be dropped online. Photos. They emailed my family. Oh, brah, it's okay. Is it? I have no idea. This has never happened to me. Is she the one who looks like Belle Delphine? Yeah. LOL. That's the one? Yeah. Do you think my type is Belle Delphine, LMAO? No, like emo huzz of that nature. I don't know, if your type is Belle Delphine, isn't that a red flag? Isn't her whole thing, like, weird, creepy age play stuff where she pretends to be 13? I would prefer you just dress normal, TBH. I don't want to be with them anymore. I know exactly what he means. It's better this way, yeah. This shit does kind of make me want to end Hero a little bit. But it's what does that mean? Oh, I was about to say, is there any chance this woman knows what that even means? And of course she doesn't know what that means. She's never heard of Kiwi Farms, so there's no way she knows what N hero means. Not even 2 weeks into the year and a potential drama storm is a brewing. If real, of course. Dear God, please let this be real. It would be so fucking funny. Him being a literal mini Destiny is a bit on the nose. Okay, I am not alleging anything illegal or saying it was revenge porn or anything. What I meant was he wouldn't ask before and proceed to take his phone out mid-sexual activity. Okay, so he wasn't filming in secret. That was something I was a little worried about. When I heard that he was filming without consent, I thought maybe they were secret recordings. But it sounds like he just didn't ask and then started recording. Which is still bad, but it's a lot less bad than doing it in secret. I sometimes wouldn't notice till 15 to 30 seconds after he started filming. I have no idea if this is illegal or not. But yeah, he wouldn't ask. Reached out to an ex-GF of his. He would do the same thing to her. Okay, so this is like a usual thing for this guy. Where he loves to film himself having sex. And he does not ask for permission before he starts doing it. The blackmail he has on his computer is phone calls and texts, I believe. Most of them are from his ex-girlfriend named Kai. Here is a picture from when we matched on Tinder. Don't have the messages from when we matched anymore. Okay, so here's the image. Yeah, that looks like the picture that I would expect him to use, even though it's like kind of a douchebag picture. I would still expect him to use it ironically and actually not be ironic about it. Why did you and Tom break up? You said he raged at you for getting sus about e-girls he was following. Do you think he cheated on you? The main reason I'm posting to this thread is to warn people, mostly women, about this guy. The reason we broke up is actually because I mentioned this website to him and that I saw some crazy stuff about him online / his history with e-girls bothered me. Pick is about the Belle Delphine type girl who was hacked. I'm suspicious of cheating because he did not block her after the fact, and apparently she was still talking to him. Okay, so he does not want his girlfriends to know about his Kiwi Farms thread, which is really weird, because that means that there's some shit here that he did that he is embarrassed enough by that he really wants to hide it from any girls he's with, which, I mean, I'm not aware of anything like that apart from, this whole thing that just started on Wednesday. I don't watch a ton of the guy's content. I went through a phase where I was watching a bunch of his streams and stuff. That was ages ago, and I don't remember anything, like, shocking about him. What really pissed me off is that I spent a week painting their poker table, and they outside using it as a beer dye table. It is cool. Is it like nudes or something? Okay, I don't know what this formatting is. Like, I just have to remember I'm a decently pretty girl with good head on my shoulders, and I have more life to live. True. You can press charges. Like, what is this formatting? Is it like nudes or something? You can press charges. A lot more. It'll be fine. I mean it. I could figure out who he is. Yeah, it's like 7 pictures of me with my dick out. I assume those are somewhere in this thread, and I don't want to see them. Let me see. Tom won't address if he can. Oh, I'm a little scared of him coming after me because I'm a normal person and his just-in-case file. Did he happen to say anything notable to you after you did that? Anything about the reputation of the forum? Were you specifically the one to break things off, or was it Tom? Also, were you aware of Tom's internet presence before you started dating him? Oh, man, that's crazy if she had no idea who he was, because this guy's internet presence is interesting. Crazy if true. Tom's a case study people started noticing because of his behavior. Meeting Tom off Tinder, LOL. Most of the guys with online platforms are strange. Like I said, he lied to me about who he was, but I figured it out pretty quickly, like on our first date. He said it was weird for a girl he's dating to look at a gossip website. Okay. It is not weird for a woman to look at a gossip website. That's the least strange thing I've read so far. Told me before I should never look him up online. Okay, that is a gigantic, bright red flag. That is the reddest of flags. The breakup was kind of mutual, but also I sort of crashed out on him about his past with the e-girls, the dick pic thing, so I understand it. He could probably use my mini crash out during and right after our breakup against me, but everything I said was truthful. Holy shit, this is 100 pages. 100 pages in the last, 3 days. Do you remember the measurements? Please let this be real. Ever since Null talked about his cheating and being cheated on stuff on Maddie, I have been fucking waiting. Went from a fan to pretending he doesn't exist pretty quick. Do you have any evidence of the e-girls, Tom sisters, it's so over? Told me this, it was before our relationship. To my knowledge, not during. He was hella careful about texting stuff. Oh, this is about flying out e-girls to sleep with. Okay, so he told her that he used to fly out e-girls to sleep with. But I reached out to one of his exes I knew he was with. She's like an e-girl type, and she confirmed she has more evidence than I do. Sent me pictures of her face being bruised after going to meet up with him. Before you continue answering any more questions, dump everything you have on him. That's true. That is a good idea. Not only will this make your information more credible and help us to verify your story, but this kind of thing has happened on the farms before. It has, and they love this shit. The last time it happened, the informants sent their information out in waves and didn't verify that what they were saying was true, and it gave their ex a huge amount of leeway in denying the weird and gross shit that they did. Only later were we able to confirm the allegations as being true. I assume this is about the Leaping Lemur stuff. I have not checked in on that to see how deep the rabbit hole on that one goes. I kind of lost interest, if I'm being honest. With what you've posted already, combined with Tom obsessively reading this thread, which is crazy. His thread is the top recommended thing when he types something into his address bar. That's crazy. He'll probably try to fuck you over no matter what. So you should make sure your information is rock solid and supported with as many screenshots as you have before he gets a response out. Which is the point when most people stop caring about drama. Yeah, that's probably true. Also, to ease whatever concerns, we're not a harassment or swatting website. We have no interest in messing with your life and won't go after you. Should he try something like that, it will likely be taken off the forum by court orders, since revenge porn is highly illegal. Okay, but she didn't say the just in case file was porn. She said it was like text messages and stuff. He said it was, yeah, that is very funny that he would say this. This is like, it's not weird for a girl to look at a gossip website. Do you remember the measurements? Most important question asked. Please post those pictures. Are you 37 dating Turkey Tom and you come to warn other women? Okay, probably not. I'm guessing that's not the case. Drop everything that you can while you can. Better to have your story all out at once. I'm denying the old allegations because I'm in my early 20s. I've been in contact with the ex since Tom and I broke up. Since Tom and I broke up, yes. And she's aware that I'm posting on here and is actively trying to make an account to post on here as well. Gave me permission to post these screenshots. Her Instagram is Clorox Katie. After leaving his house and flying back home, had big bruise. I think that's the bruise. DMs with Tom. She gave me permission to post. Proof he flew e-girls out. Hope you have a good flight. Tell everyone on plane I said hi. They'll know me. That's so true. And they will clap and cheer when they hear your name. Taking off. I'm so excited. 9 hours. I know. So excited. Got kicked out of FurryCon. Oh, I think I've seen that Tom video. The security wanted to fight. Okay. Nice leggings. Thank you. Yeah, they were insane. Did they already know who you were? Or did they just immediately get mad when you said some crazy LOL? They told me I need 7 vaccines to be there, and I said, okay, I'll leave, and then didn't. No, they didn't. Bruh, that is retarded. 7? I can say retarded on YouTube, I'm pretty sure. Gotcha. Yeah, best to just not say anything. Let them speculate on what the truth may be. My lips are sealed. It's less about, like, me getting shit. I just don't want you ending up on Kiwi Farms pages. LOL, I don't think I will. That's not like us type of people. It's just locals talking shit to each other, so I'm not worried in that sense. They don't even know how forums work. I don't know what the context of this is. Sending because they gave confirmation code thing. Ooh, yay. Thank you. Also, how many days I need to tell my boss I'll be disappearing? Okay, so this is just proof that he flew an e-girl out. It doesn't really mean anything. No wonder Tom looks up to Destiny. He does the same tactic of flying in BPD e-girls for his degenerate harem of Discord kittens. Where's the bruise? Yeah, I think this is the bruise. This dark spot on her face. But I mean, from this angle, I'm not entirely sure. What drew you to him? That's an interesting question. Whatever petty non-consensual imagery he has will be a drop of piss in comparison. Yeah, you might end up slightly embarrassed, but that's the worst of it, really. He only has what power you let him have. Leak it all. Dropping N-Hero references with his normie girlfriend. That was exactly my thought, too. What made him think that she would understand that? If she doesn't know what Kiwi Farms is, there's no way he knows what that means. What a staggeringly negative Riz move. And if she looks it up, if she's a normie and she looks it up, and she finds out that it's making fun of some teenager who killed himself 20 years ago, she's probably gonna think that's kind of lame. OMG, babe, I'm about to shoot the whoop out of here. The friggin' hack wars got my waifu, and now she's literally skibbityed my pee-pee pics right onto the heckin' chunga screen Reddit site I keep blocked on your devices. How is this real? I don't want you ending up in the kiwi farm. Sounds more like Cope, that he doesn't want his info going here and is pretending it is out of concern for the girl. Do you think he speaks in brain rot to his girlfriends? Oh, Kai, you huzz, you skibbity riz my heart. That's a concerning thought. The girl he sent dick pics to and got hacked was an age play Belle Delphine type girl. That's one of the things I heard that Tom is really into is age play. So that's concerning. I sent the screenshots about the blackmailer guy here earlier. He told me he wanted to meet up with her, but was too weirded out and went back home. Her account has been posted in this thread before. I believe it's... We don't need to read that out. So you... So you are 37 and we're his e-girl mommy too then. Okay, she already said she's in her early 20s. I'm looking... Oh, here's a comment from Null. She sent him 2 pictures of herself with Turkey Tom and of herself by herself with a note and a fashion accessory that matches the photos with... Okay, so this is verification because she didn't want to post her face on Kiwi Farms, which is completely reasonable. Well, that does it. The turkey's been plucked. Wait, so you're telling me the man who sold me my Never Goon merch was gooning? Oh, muting for a sec. So you're telling me the man who sold me my Never Goon merch was gooning? And yeah, I kind of had the same thought because a big part of his branding is this hashtag Never Goon. And he sells merchandise that says Never Goon. And it turns out he was a gooner the entire time, which explains why he was friends with Destiny. Didn't connect the dots about who he was till after. His bio was blank, might have said videographer. His Tinder profile was mostly just pictures of him flexing, usually his phone covering his face. His Tinder profile was mostly pictures of him flexing. That is really douchey. I don't want to get into anything illegal, but during sex, he was very rough, would choke and hit me in the face. I don't think anyone he knew IRL knew about this. Okay, so he's really into rough sex. But as far as we know so far, this is consensual. Yeah, he learned to do that by watching Daddy, and this is Destiny. Is that where the bruise on the other girl came from? Yes, he could hit pretty hard. Okay, so he got off on beating women. But it sounds like the women allowed him to beat them, so... sounds like typical porn-addicted gooner behavior, though. Does he have a porn addiction? So he's not just bisexual, but I don't know. Oh, because he has an iPhone. What money does to a motherfucker. Okay. Whoa. I remember that girl, the one who leaked the DMs of Jet Neptune, revealing that he was dating an 18-year-old contestant. Okay, that's not very interesting. What bruise? That smudge? These are photos taken the day after I got in a fight. What that chick has in her face looks like makeup. I'm not denying Tom's probably a weirdo, but that photo doesn't look like a bruise. Yeah, I didn't really think that was much of a bruise. Should have just bought land. He told me he was a porn addict in the past, but quit a couple years ago. I believe he replaced his porn addiction with filming other women during sex because he was unable to ejaculate most of the time during sex, but only through watching the videos he would take? What? As soon as I confronted him about what I had seen about him online, hey, I see Chad, I think I know who that is. Is that Wiz in the chat? About what I had seen about him online, he wasn't able to maintain an erection, and I think sex is just a huge ego thing for him. Okay, there's a lot to unpack here. Um, so what you've missed so far, just to catch you up, um, this is Turkey Tom's ex. They dated after they met on Tinder. Uh, she sent pictures to Null of her face to confirm that it is in fact Turkey Tom's ex, because she doesn't want to post her own face on Kiwi Farms because that would be a stupid thing to do. Um, she says that he used to fly out e-girls from across the country to come have sex with him. And here she's saying he used to be a porn addict, but he quit a couple years ago, and he replaced his porn addiction with filming women during sex. Now she says that he would take out his phone and just start filming while they were having sex and wouldn't ask for permission. So he was filming without permission, but it wasn't a secret recording. And I would assume that he would stop and delete the video if he was asked, but I don't know. If he doesn't do that, that's fucked up. She says that he would film women during sex, and he was unable to ejaculate during sex, but could only ejaculate through watching the videos. And once she told him that she had seen his Kiwi Farms thread, he could no longer maintain an erection. So, that's interesting. And this guy's like 23. So it turns out the Never Goon guy was a gooner all along. He helped raise awareness for the cat torture rings. That's true. Tom pulls most of the info in his videos from the forum. That's true. His sex life is ruined. It really is. I mean, this is totally humiliating stuff. So far, it doesn't really seem like there's anything criminal here. But there's a lot of stuff that future girlfriends should be aware of, let's say. He's very rough in bed. He likes to choke and beat the women he's having sex with. It does sound like they consent to that, but, still not the best. Oh, and one thing that is actually important, let me see if I can find the post here. He sent dick pics to an age play / Belle Delphine type girl, and her account got hacked and his dick pics got leaked. She also said, I'm trying to find this post. It might have been this one. No, it might have been the first post, actually. Or maybe it was this one. Yeah, we'll just go back here. So this is his ex, and when she found Kiwi Farms, she knows about this because his Kiwi Farms thread was the #1 search Safari thing that pops up on iPhone when he went to Google. So when she asked him about Kiwi Farms, because she'd never heard of it, because she's a normie, he got super defensive and weird about it, which obviously led to her looking it up and finding out that he's bisexual, because he was hiding that from her for some reason. And okay, so when his dick pics leaked, he kicked holes in the wall of a house he was renting, which is crazy. I've never kicked a hole in a wall. I don't know anyone who's kicked a hole in a wall. That's not normal behavior. He used to fly out e-girls to have sex with them. He has a file on his computer called Just In Case that's just filled with memos and calls from his exes so that he can blackmail them if they ever talk shit about him. Because he seems to exclusively date BPD girls. And then here he is saying to this normie girl, I think it's this one, this makes me want to Ann Hero a little bit. Like, this girl's a normie. She has no idea what that means. Does he have anger issues? It sounds like he might if he's kicking holes in a wall. We're gonna keep going. I'm skimming a lot of these KF posts. Hold on, what's going on here? Let's see. This is the girl. Apparently, this is the girl he sent dick pics to. This doesn't really look like age play stuff. I don't know. This is just like e-girl stuff. Oh, the overalls are kind of weird. I also remember her being posted about on LC in the e-girl cows thread. Oh, I think LC is lol cow, which is it's like Kiwi Farms for women, like exclusively women. Were they unsolicited dick pics? I don't think so. It sounds like he just flirts with every e-girl he finds and likes to send them dick pics. This image in particular is huge for lolicon e-girls. I've seen this on different threads, and a lot of other notable cows use this image, passing it off as them. This one, I guess. Okay. Control F the name Ellie. Creepy hoarder Shidousa for more. She thinks she's a trans boy. Draws lolly porn, raped her ex. I'm not clicking all these. I don't really care about this woman. Bluey shirt and a blahaj. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know if there's much on this page. I guess I should go through the highlights. Can you please provide proof of the abuse allegations of sexual impropriety? It's hard because he was very careful about what he said over text. And again, I'm not alleging anything illegal. Okay. So she's not alleging that he abused her. She's alleging that he was into rough sex. Because he was super gooner. Sort of normalized it in my head, but it's definitely not okay to do that. All of the proof is in those videos he had. Refused to send me or ignored the question when I asked. I cannot imagine she would post those videos either way. Katie told me that the picture of the bruise was due to injuries from sex, which I believe because he would slap both of us. Did you live together? Did he ever speak about wanting to start a family? No, we didn't. We would only see each other like once a week. He was usually pretty nice, but sometimes would say stuff that made me question his intentions, would buy me a lot of stuff and take me to nice places. Said he wanted to marry me and start a family, but as soon as I started getting sus, it's like a switch flipped. She says that they broke up because she told him that she found his Kiwi Farms thread, which is really funny. There must be some really, like, embarrassing stuff earlier in this thread if that was enough for him to dump her. It's time to come clean, gamers. I also had sex with Turkey Tom. Another thing I wanted to confirm, that Kai cheating on him with Liam is 100% real, and Tom moved in with her after the fact. That girl really fucked him up, and he would still seethe about it during our relationship. So he's seething about the girl who cheated on him. Was he very insecure and controlling about who you talk to because of this? No, it was almost the opposite. Like, he didn't care if I went out to a bar or anything. But yeah, his feelings about his ex, I think, contribute a lot to his behavior. We dated from May 2025 till the beginning of this month, so January. Katie and the Age Player was in 2024. He's a cuck. He's felt it. He's a Destiny Jitty Blood. No, he would actually tell me he liked that I looked normal, and he was done with the BPD types. He has made a lot of jokes about dating BPD girls before, and I guess they were not just jokes. I think one of the screenshots of our messages had him saying something like that. I have no idea about the gender of the e-girls. I'm pretty sure they were all women, to my knowledge. Do you know if any of the e-girls he flew out were not actually girls? Another thing to add, during one of our first dates, he told me I looked like I was around 15, told Katie the same thing. Okay, that's... I mean... in context with everything else, that's kind of bad. That's kind of bad. It seems like he's really into adult women who look 15. This might be too personal, but text about being hurt and bleeding after sex. Well, if you don't want to have as much sex, we don't gotta. We can do other things. Okay, we don't need to do it 3 times in one day or do it so hard I hurt and bleed. Okay. So she says we don't need to have sex so much or have sex so rough that it causes bleeding. And he just says, well, we don't have to have that much sex. So he's not letting non-rough sex on the table. That's an interesting choice. Hi, finally made an account. Yes, Tom is extremely harsh during sex. I have been down the kink roads in my life, and how he acts is actually just evil and almost sadistic. Not even kinked up, just actually a Patrick Bateman type gooner. First girl already posted some of my screenshots, but if anyone has questions or wants specific proof, I'll try to see if I can answer. I could totally imagine Tom looking at himself in a mirror while he's having sex like Patrick Bateman. That seems totally in character for him. With like his Tinder profile is literally him flexing. Like if he wasn't wearing a shirt, this would look like the picture. This would look like the scene from American Psycho. Holy shit, you can smell the Manhattan through the screen. There's more red flags than a communist parade. And every raid siren in a 50-mile radius just went off. He might as well have stuck his cock in a wood chipper. Don't date e-girls and stay away from Sanrio girls. This is about... this is about the Instagram e-girl that he sent dick pics to and then she got hacked. Would just go on his phone or Discord after literally choking, hitting, and making me bleed. Had to teach him to be nice after. Okay, my understanding is that the usual way this goes is that if you're in a BDSM relationship, you're supposed to be very, very caring after the fact, rather than beating the shit out of a girl, coming in her, and then just ignoring her. This was an issue at the beginning. I believe the bleeding was caused because he would basically just bend me over, choke me, and stick his dick into me. Katie had the same story. Reaching out to me has been helpful in understanding how bad this all really was because I only had told my roommate after one time that was pretty rough. Okay, so again, it doesn't seem like any of this is non-consensual, but it is kind of insane and fucked up. I told him I was considering reaching out to law enforcement, telling people, and then I blocked him after listing out every single thing he did wrong. Because I know he will send my text to his lawyer. He also said how it was awesome I looked like a little girl the first time we had sex. Okay, that's insane. He is an alpha male. He's like a retarded alpha male. He said how it was awesome I looked like a little girl the first time we had sex. Told me he was excited to learn I had BPD because girls with it love harder. Okay, so he has a fetish for... Okay, that's interesting. I know we're just internet weirdos gawking at the situation, but assuming this is all true, I'm glad you're not with anyone like that. Okay, this is just someone being nice. I gotta upload everything from my phone to my PC. I got a crazy audio of him saying he wants to night rape me. What? What does this mean? Does this mean that he wants to have sex with her while she's sleeping? Or is this something insane? Like completely, like more insane than that? Which for sure think he was saying that as like negative Riz, but actually insane to use that as Riz. These are all Zoomers. What? What the fuck is it with retards and making women bleed during sex? If your woman doesn't orgasm, you're gay. What you said, I think. Yeah, that when I read night rape, I assume it means that he wants to have sex with her while she's sleeping, which I know is a common fetish among people who are into this weird shit. But I've never heard that term before. And obviously, I'm not gonna Google night rape. Yeah, you can be very into BDSM and kinky stuff without getting excoriations or fucking internal bleeding. What made you turn on him? Obviously, he's doing some shit, but what moment was it that made you decide, fuck this? I just truly thought he was a cringe fag who was def gonna beat me later if I stayed around. I'm pretty sure I can say that on YouTube. This is not Twitch. We only had a 2-month fling because even my insane ass was scared of how he acted, and he also was just stupid. I hated conversation with him. He was stupid? That's interesting. He was just extremely weird to me and also evil as fuck during sex. I only had a small fling with him, and I would have to fly out to see him, so luckily I didn't witness a lot, but enough to tell you guys and also help add validity to her statements. Also, I have random audio recordings in every DM and text. Okay. He was groomed and raped by Destiny. He was buck broken and sissy hypnoed by Kai. He's a gooner. He's a violent sex pest. He's gay. Turkey Tom Bro is not like this. I think this is Chud logic. Yeah. I disavow. I keep clicking the wrong page. Hold on. What am I doing? Hold on. Typical Turkey Tom Mega Gooner activities. You look 15. Proceeds to engage in aggressive, violent sexual activities. Okay. I just lost track of the page I was on. Hold on. Here we are. Okay. He does seem low IQ to me to behave this way without their full consent. Yeah, I mean, obviously this is not like normal behavior at all. I never really got the impression he was an idiot, but I guess it's not too surprising because everything he does is layered in like 5 or 6 layers of irony, and I think that's a bit of a coping mechanism for stupid people. See, here he is in the Stop Gooning hat, and it turns out he was gooning all along. And there have been jokes for a long time that maybe he got his dick sucked by Destiny, and all this time I kind of thought it was just jokes, but no, it's starting to sound like maybe this is the type of guy who would let Destiny suck his dick. Maybe it wasn't Nick Fuentes that Destiny was sucking off. Maybe it was Turkey Tom. I disavow. Lore, you know where to look, bro. If you want to get this out to a wider audience to warn people, perhaps an interview with someone like Chud who could blast it to a bigger group of people. Especially because he runs in a similar community to Tom's. Yeah, as far as I know, Chud Logic and Turkey Tom are, like, in the same, like, Discord groups. He would let Destiny suck his dick? Yeah, you're probably right. He was, like, a huge Destiny glazer until the revenge porn stuff. And so, who knows what they were doing behind closed doors. I know Chud is friends with Nick DiOrio, and Nick DiOrio is friends with Tom. I do not know if Chud and Tom are friends with each other. Chud Logic has been going really hard on Turkey Tom. He's uploaded like 4 or 5 videos about this stuff. Ex-girlfriends, Tom beat me, choked me, and made me bleed during sex. Kiwi Farms, how big was it, though? And yeah, I'm wondering that too. How big is his penis? Is he like, does he have a micro penis like the Leaping Lemur? Or is it like a normal size penis? Or is it a large penis? Mentioned a just in case folder. Can you confirm, corroborate what would be in that folder? No clue. He told me it was phone calls, text from his ex Kai. How did you guys meet? Did he initiate contact with you? I had already followed him because I watched his YouTube. Then when him and Kai broke up, he immediately DM'd me on Instagram and followed me. Okay. So he's like checking the list of girls who follow him on Instagram for like girlfriends. If he had a big dick, he wouldn't be able to be rough with women because it would be unbearable pain. It kind of sounds like he doesn't care if it's unbearable pain. Like, it really seems like he does not care about how they feel at all. He also told me I look like Kai, and he def has some weird issue relating to her because he still has all her clothes, even after moving multiple times since they broke up. Okay, so he is obsessed with this woman, this Kai woman. He's absolutely obsessed with her. And it seems like her cheating on him ruined his life. At least so far, no smell problems were reported. Yo, that's fucking rape. Is it? I actually don't know if this is legally rape. I don't know the legal definition regarding that. It is definitely wildly inappropriate. We've already seen this exact thing happen before twice in the past year, and I'm trying to get ahead of it. Please fucking post everything already. It happened with Leaping Lemur. What was the other instance? Was it Destiny that they're talking about? That's seriously mental if real. That's very true. That if this is true, this is crazy. Apart from jerk off to it, what else would he do with it? Oh, he was definitely jerking off to it because Sacramento 89 confirmed that he cannot come except by watching videos of himself having sex. Please don't drip feed. A lot of others have done exactly that, and it was a mistake. He def smelled. Oh. Also, last time I saw him, he had ringworm. There we go, the cheese dick pattern. You'd expect YouTubers that make a living ripping on other people's hygiene to wash their fucking dick. I gotta turn on my old phone and upload to my PC. Then here, 1 second, please. LOL, I'll post that audio first. Ooh, what audio is this? Not the stinky allegations. Noel was right about you, Tommy. I'm seeing it now. If you are so whatever about admitting you cheated on your girlfriend so publicly, then who else, if not an intimate relationship, are you willing to backstab to? That's very true. Turkey Tom, more like Touchy Tommy. Not a turkey is tonight's entertainment. I wonder if he's posted anything on Kiwi Farms recently. I don't think he has. No, he hasn't posted anything in 2 years. I'm not even sure if he logs in. The only logical explanation I can think of is that he's a crossdresser. No, I don't think... I mean, this is obviously just pure speculation. I have no insider information. But I don't think he's keeping this girl's clothes because he wears it. I think he's keeping this girl's clothes because he's obsessed with her. Here you go. Okay, I can't hear this. Hold on. Is my volume messed up? I'm a fan of night rape. I like night rape. After a long day of work, I like night rape. I'm a fan of night rape. I like night rape. After a long day of work, I like night rape. Okay.
True.
Again, I don't know what night rape is. I should probably look it up before I edit this video together. So,
True, actually true. Okay, yeah, you're too strong sometimes. My little noodle arms, I thought my arms were gonna break at one point. So true. Oh my god. What's
Oh, you couldn't hear that? He said, I'm a big fan of night rape. I like night rape. After a long day of work, I just like some night rape. Something like that. I turned up the volume on my end, but I actually just realized that probably doesn't make it any louder on the stream. In the second video, like, I don't know how to boost this in the stream. I don't have any idea how to work OBS. In the second video, he's talking about putting all his weight on her, holding her down. She seems to be into it. So, like, again, it seems like it's all consensual. And then he says he wants to have sex with the elf girl from Game of Thrones. So I don't know who that is. I have not actually seen Game of Thrones. I wonder if Tom also sucks cock, just like his idol Destiny. To be honest, when I first read the word bleed, I imagined it was some fucked pegging accident. How do I upload a video? Let me know. Blow Blacks and now Turkey Tom. January is a dangerous month for the commentary community. Yeah, it's been just about a year. I think it was January 11th when Bo Blacks' dick leaked. And a year later, almost to the day, we have the Turkey Tom allegations. All I know is she said she knew the other girl at the exact same time before she posted. If she wants to email me stuff to verify, I'll check tomorrow morning. That guy is spineless, whose worry is worth its value in cow shit. I wonder if Nick Diorio will try to sweep this. A little night rape is crazy work. Uploaded, just the audio is worth anything. On behalf of new friend, because I haven't figured out the UI yet. Let me just see if the... Yeah, it's the same bad audio. It worked. They're just not embedded in your post, but I do hear him saying he likes rape play. He's into rape. He's anti-consent. He's everything he told us he hates, allegedly, in someone's opinion. Yeah, and that's the thing. All of this was, like, kind of questionable in terms of evidence, but, like... That's clearly Turkey Tom's voice. And it's clearly not an AI voice clone. You make hours of documentaries about people ruining their lives over weird gooning shit and then proceed to follow their footsteps. He gazed at the abyss for too long and it gazed back at him. Even during sexting, he's a massive dweeb. Good lord. Fucking the elf girl from Game of Thrones. Yeah, that is what he said. I actually did not know that there were elves in Game of Thrones. I was not aware of that. Alright, let's get to the real stuff. How small was it? I am wondering the same thing. They keep asking and they're not getting the answer. He's a loser. He's a creep. He stinks. Click this button to insert videos. Okay, that's not anything. Tom saying that her being small and petite is hot. Hold on. I think I gotta listen to this whole...
True, actually true. Okay, yeah, you're too strong sometimes. My little noodle arms, I thought my arms were gonna break at one point. True. So true.
It's so nice though. It's like, cause like you're like small and petite, and I'm like big and strong.
Okay, it's so nice though, because you're like small and petite, and I'm big and strong.
It's like really nice couple.
Sure, it's like a match made in heaven.
What did he just say?
It's like really nice couple. Big and strong. It's like really nice couple.
Sure,
It's like really something.
True.
Okay, he claims he has a big dick.
I'm still shocked that you like my boobs.
I do. Fucking, you feel like what I imagine fucking the elf girl from Game of Thrones would be like.
So true. Oh my god. Oh my god. What's the Skins fucking quote? She fucks like a fairy on acid. The show Skins, the show about the British show about
Okay, that's weird. So do many average-sized men. Yeah, him saying he has a big dick doesn't really mean anything. So we still don't know how big his penis is. My best friend was at my house. Hold on. Why were you recording in the first place? Was this before or after you met? Did you explicitly fuck him for the clout and to one day expose him? You were involved in a lot of other e-drama. Ooh, so small LARP is pretty cringe. He's way worse though, lol, because I'm so big and strong. My My best friend was at my house and thought I was a victim from the jump. So that's, I don't know if you could hear it. There was someone else in the room whispering, and I couldn't really make out what was being said while that recording was playing. He was saying similar stuff all call, so she started recording. At the end of the night rape, you can barely hear her whisper, "You a victim, LOL. Agree, I was only playing along because IDK, what else to say? I don't know, it sounds like she was into it. Also, I talked to him because both emo with similar interests, I thought, but turns out we had nothing in common and he listens to bad emo music. Also was only involved with Jet stuff because IDK, I'm a hot girl online who's in the same evil sphere, so they tend to orbit to me. I don't know what this is about. Abby exposed Jet on my behalf. I don't know what any of this is about. Fuck it, dude. I'm leaking Kaya's into age play. Larix told me when he first broke up with her. It seems like this woman just ruins every man she touches. Larix confided in me 2 years ago at this point that Kai likes to pretend to be a little girl during sex and did this with Tom. That's why I went so insane when Larix got back with her. Can you name a few bands that he listens to? Wage War, Alpha Wolf, A Day to Remember, only band we had in common. He listened to a lot of like new age slop festival type emo. Yeah, I don't know anything about emo music. I've literally not heard of any of these 3 bands. Besides the age play bullshit, can you tell us about any weird shit he's also into? She dated him longer, so she might have more insight. But to me, just weird CNC. I don't know. I'm not sure what this is. Shit forced play again into small girls and damn near age play. He would just... Okay. So we've established Turkey Tom is into age play and he has a rape fetish. But he only likes to roleplay rape, apparently. Allegedly. I'm back. Told me only cried at Sopranos movies. He had piles of dirty zins piled up like little volcanoes. Yes, empty cans and bottles everywhere. He's always doing zins on stream. He owns piss bottles. His room is a pigsty. PETA. What? Oh, because he's a turkey. Katie needs to work on her vocabulary. I didn't know how to respond. Okay. I know I say I'm retarded, but not that bad. Tom wants to fuck Freerin. Yeah, it kind of sounds like that. This guy can pull anything. This content thief rat is objectively unattractive. Blah, blah, blah. Where's the next? I think some people are confused. This is Left for Dead, aka Clorox Katie, who is also the woman who helped expose Jet Neptune and said Chris Lynch sent her $100. She's not the lolicon pedo baiter. Okay. Okay. This isn't very interesting. A Zoomer male being addicted to porn and being unconsensually violent during sex because of it. Color me shocked. He's had a past with cheating accusations before, hasn't he? Both being cheated on and being a cheater. So this exposure about this crap was bound to happen. Kai also, she seems like a... Yeah, Kai seems like every man who dates her goes insane. So, walking red flag. Nick just responded, oh, just to be clear, I've seen literally nothing of what's occurred tonight. But my understanding is that Half Baked is on hiatus for a little while, so we will see in the next couple of days where that goes. I believe that's the podcast that Nick DiOrio does with Turkey Tom. Well, at least he didn't immediately sweep. I did see him covering this on his stream, but I didn't watch it because I kind of wanted to have a kind of a blind reaction. And he was saying it's going to be difficult because I actually like Tom and making jokes about sweeping, but I didn't really see the rest of it.
Because to me, if he didn't even have consent to record the video, then this is a whole different ballgame. Like, it's a whole different plan of action of like how I am going to process what's going on.
Right. But to your knowledge, you did have consent to record, just not to share it.
Just to me, like, recording somebody and then without their knowledge and leaking it is like a...
This is an interview he did with one of Destiny's orbiters after the Destiny drama. All I know about Nick DiOrio is he is fat and sucks off Ethan Klein. Nick, Augie, and Tom, and Bo Blacks, but I don't think anyone ever really liked him or the main people in the commentary community where Tom got popular. Right. Yeah, if Nick DiOrio is publicly distancing himself from Turkey Tom, that's really bad for Turkey Tom. Okay, I think Nick DiOrio update is being ratioed by a longtime commentary orbiter asking him to address Tom. He also randomly retweeted with the words "he what" and video attached. Oh, this is Smaggle. I'm pretty sure Smaggle is a friend of DiOrio and not just an orbiter. He what? Oh, this is 2.5 minutes. I'm not watching that. The biggest drama streamer in wait has a bit called Ultimate Rape Review. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else here. Okay, that's a bad word. Never ever fuck your fans. I'm gonna go back to that one. There's a simple rule to follow, but many e-celebrities on YouTube never follow the advice of. It's a business and to never ever ever fuck your fans. Very true. Don't fuck your fans. Did you say Nick and Tom are friends? Yeah, they do a podcast together. If they are friends, then they must have had a private chat and then Nick distanced himself. Yeah, I'm sure they've talked about this in private, especially now that Nick has covered the allegations on his stream. If I had to guess, I'd chuck it up to him. Probably not doing foreplay or using lube and being inexperienced while trying to fuck 3 times a day. Didn't he have to call Vega for advice about something like this? Is this about the bleeding? A girthy hog is gonna rearrange guts, especially if you're fucking her like a jackhammer. I mean, if you really don't want to hurt your partner, use lube. It's not the 1800s where they have to bite a pillow and think of the queen. Hold on. Am I looking at the wrong thread? Okay. Yeah, okay. He had to call Vega because he couldn't stick it in. Is his dick physically too big? Okay. I'm not gonna listen to that. Is this already changed to a Goon Clown thread? No. People want this to be changed to have the Goon Clown tag. This is used for Destiny's thread because Destiny is absolutely a Goon Clown. That's because he's a porn sick gooner. Simple as. It really does seem that way. Okay, I feel like we might be at the end. This feels like a nothing burger. If it's true, go to the police, not the farms. I mean, okay, it's a nothing burger as in it doesn't seem like he's actually done anything criminal apart from maybe the recording, depending on the details of that. And if there is suspicion that he may have broken any laws in recording the act, or may have not deleted the videos when asked to delete them, that should probably go to the police. But everything else does seem like it's just really embarrassing. His ancestors in Bulgaria are rolling in their graves. Is this...
Making fun of you on Kiwi Farms. They're talking about how much of a creep you are. And you're such a fat loser that no girl would want to touch you even if she's on the ground and needs that CPR.
This is from, I believe this is from his Tipster diss track. They're annoying jerks who will always blame the woman no matter what happened. There are some in this thread. They are huge losers and they smell like sewage. You would hit and choke without ever asking if this is okay. If that happened, I'm sorry. Yes, it's a gossip website. And that Turkey Tom has a bunch of exes who spill the beans on his gross behavior as gossip. Juicy gossip. I mean, this is absolutely true. Like, it doesn't really matter if there's any criminal behavior here. Ultimately, this is very juicy. This is very juicy gossip, and it makes him it's very embarrassing for Turkey Tom, and he's a very high-profile figure who probably should not have been engaging in this kind of stuff. You honestly should have gone to the police. I mean, yeah, if these women actually believe they were abused, they should go to the police or to a lawyer or something. They should not go to Kiwi Farms. If she didn't think it was illegal, right. Is any of this illegal? That's what I want to know. I don't know what the law says about rough sex. Except I know it isn't broadly illegal. Is there anything else interesting here? Have we hit the end of the... Your homosexual infatuation with Turkey Tom, we'll just have to deal with it. We're actually posting with jerking off to the thought of Tom What? Who's posting this? The part that worries me is the pedo stuff for pedo adjacent. Yeah, that's also, like, concerning, but that's... Age play is not a crime. Like, 100%, that's not illegal. That's just him being creepy and weird. Last time Turkey being attacked... Who calls him Turkey? I've never seen someone call him Turkey. Was he trying to accuse Pyrocynical for being a gay furry pedo sex pest RP with a teen boy on Discord? I mean, okay. So the Pyrocynical situation, as I recall it, this was years ago. It was before I'd ever heard of Turkey Tom, so I only really know it secondhand. Pyrocynical is a gay furry sex weirdo who's into, like, Discord sexting. And he did role-playing Discord furry gay sex roleplay with an individual who turned out to be, I think, 16, and Pyro was, I think, 20 at the time. And then it turned out that Pyro did not know that this person was underage. And it seems like there's some issues with that claim. I've heard some issues about that claim. But Turkey Tom, like, doubled down and went crazy about this. And it made him look really bad. So, yeah, to some extent, what goes around comes around on this. He would hit and choke me without ever asking if this was okay. Okay, this is really bad. I was not aware of this. I assumed that there was some kind of conversation about this. If this was not consensual, that is, like, 10 times worse. Yes, Turkey Tom might have made a girl bleed during sex, but are we sure that he wasn't just trying to hit her prostate? Already been in contact with a lawyer, because I know Tom has too. The difficult part of this case is that most of the proof is in his hands, i.e. the videos, so we need to get a subpoena for that, if his snivelly ass hasn't figured out how to, like, perma wipe it yet. Yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. He cannot maintain an erection unless it's viewed POV through a 1080p phone screen with his jabber on full display. He has to see... He has to see his own penis through a small monitor to get an erection. I have no idea what sexuality this is. Maybe it's Zoomers. That's the real question. He can only goon to his own porn, but does he finish in the recording? This is like a chicken egg problem for gooning. Yeah, I mean... Wow, there's a lot. So far for hard proof, we have texts that show his e-girl got hacked and the hacker has his dick pics. Flew out e-girls, one of whom is into age play, has sex 3 times a day that causes the girl to hurt and bleed, is generally cringe. Videos that show he has a rape fetish, likes girls who are petite and have small boobs, maybe worse if we see more age play proof. Yeah, I would say if there's more, like, age play stuff that comes out, that would be this would start to look really, really bad. Pins down girls with his body weight so they can't push him away. If we get proof about the age play, or I assume this is domestic violence, that will really make this insane, but I think this is already enough to call him a sex pest. Other commentary people have been ostracized for similar or worse crimes. I am loving this thread and it not being featured. That is probably smart. If this was featured, it would be flooded with retards. Just gonna go nuclear before his imminent crash out, but yeah, he would get mad about me calling our encounters rape play over text, which is essentially what they were. Okay, that's weird. E-girl rape dungeon. What? He's not talking. Oh, do not say rape times. Okay, sorry. Change that to consensual sexual encounters, which is what they are. Thank you. I know, but okay, sounds good. I'd like to. Okay, so he does not like hearing. He does not like hearing that he has a rape fetish, but he does definitely seem to have a rape fetish. The e-girl rape dungeon, and it's like a finished basement. I don't know. This is not like an impressive basement. If Nick sweeps for this, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed. How to train your dragon poster in the rape dungeon. Let's see if there's more stuff. Sit down and listen. A BPD Tinder GF is speaking. Or don't read the summary instead. Tom's serial monogamy adventure summary. He doesn't want it written. He will talk about it himself verbally, though. Yeah, it's like... I don't know, man. It seems like he's very concerned about stuff leaking, which is why he has that folder called Just In Case with the potential reverse blackmail. I mean, his career is covering people who have embarrassing shit leak about them. So he's well aware of the optics. Initial allegation. XGF, Sacramento 89. Hold on. The resulting fallout is Nicholas Oreo not having read the allegations in detail, announcing that the Half-Baked podcast will go on a short hiatus. Okay. This is from Thursday. So I believe Nick covered the allegations on... I believe that was last night. But it might have been... Was it Thursday? No, I think it was last night. This thread is the top thing that pops up when he searches for something on Google. Interacted in flying out countless e-girls to cheat with. Kicked holes in his rental house because an e-girl Belle Delphine lookalike got hacked and blackmailed him with dick pics. Collects voice memos as blackmail to ensure women don't speak out against him. Epstein maxing. Pulls out his phone mid-sex to non-consensually record the encounter. This is... So far, I think this is the most insane thing. Null confirms her identity. She claims to have dated Turkey Tom for 7 months and met his family. Marriage was in the picture until she confronted Turkey Tom about cheating? Did I misunderstand the reason that they broke up? It's hard because he was very careful about what he said over text. Let me see. He wanted to marry as soon as I started getting sus. I don't feel like it... Maybe I'm misremembering. I'm pretty sure it was that that he dumped her when she found his Kiwi Farms thread. Sacramento 89 clarifies further. Blackmail consists of voice memos from an ex named Kai. Right. Sacramento 89 broke up with him because he kept talking to Belle Delphine lookalike. Wait. Did I miss that? I guess I did get mixed up. Tom lied about being a YouTuber and told her not to look him up. That's weird. Like, if you tell someone, don't look me up online, they're going to look you up online. Whereas if you don't say anything, they might not. Describes an ex who was bruised on her face after meeting with him. Turkey Tom compliments his dates by saying they look 15. Turkey Tom's goon brain can't handle real women even after quitting porn, so he has to resort to filming watching women to ejaculate. Turkey Tom sent his dick pic to the Belle Delphine lookalike, who turns out to be an e-girl cow who dresses up underage and loves lolicon. Allegedly. I'm not checking this to see if it's actually true. Turkey Tom has a habit of hitting or choking during sex. I'm not alleging anything illegal, just that he would hit and choke because he was super gooner. Tom never got over Kai cheating on him with Liam, but still moved in with her like a huge cuck. Turkey is an extremely sexually aggressive and made Sacramento 89 and others bleed, which she tries to downplay as normal. That's not normal. XGF named Left 4 Dead, the same user as Clorox Katie, alleged ex who is bruised on face, joins the fray and corroborates Turkey Tom's pedophilic tendencies, specifically telling her, "Awesome, you look like a little girl" after first sex. Extra allegations. Left 4 Dead describes how Turkey Tom contacted her immediately after the breakup with Kai, yet still had her clothes. Calls him smelly boy with ringworm. YouTuber Aiden Projects claims that Kai was into age play with Tom, according to the lyrics. Is this the thing we just saw? Yeah. Still no news about diapers. I had heard that there may have been diapers involved, but it seems like people were just extrapolating from the age play stuff. Back in 2021, Turkey Tom called Vega because he doesn't know foreplay, later leaked, struggled to get into a girl and with no knowledge on how to get a girl wet. Turns out in 2026, he still sucks at sex. Left 4 Dead posts audio of them talking. Left 4 Dead shows off her small vocabulary. Turkey Tom's preferences for small, petite, and being a fan of night rape. TLDR, Turkey Tom allegedly beats and makes women bleed during sex, records them non-consensually mid-sex because of his coon brain. He also loves age play and is especially turned on when his GF looks like a little girl. Which is really bad. That's really bad. More proof that the girl he sent nudes to was an age player. Like, brah, I don't even know what you're saying to me. She looks like a crazy person and dresses like a child. It's weird. It's okay, though. I agree she's weird and disturbed. IDK what to say. I was taking anything at the time. Yeah, she looks like a crazy person. Reminds me of the Kiwi farmer earlier who said that you can smell the Menhera through the screen. I have Gooner mutuals with her, unfortunately. I'm just a little creeped out, but that's okay. I also got creeped out, and she was nutso, so I stopped talking to her. That genre of women are demons. Every one of those types I've met. This is true. Like, actually fucked me up. I was friends with one for a while, and she was insane and fucked me over. Yeah, well, this chick is insane, too. I feel bad for how bad her mind is. So, shrug emoji. She dresses like a kid, so I think it's weird. No offense. Yeah, I don't know what that's about. I know I've had people come on to me because I look young because I'm small, so it's weird. Okay. Okay, so we don't know if he was into her specifically because she was an age player, but in the context of everything else, it kind of starts to seem that way. Prove he was in contact with her during our relationship. Okay, maybe I was wrong, and she did say that she dumped him because he was cheating. I'm just checking to see if I missed something. Oh yeah, she said she met his family. I missed that. It's hard because he was very careful. I want to confirm Kai cheating on him with Liam is 100% real, and Tom moved in with her after the fact. Was this just a rumor? No, he would actually tell me he liked that I looked normal. I'm just trying to find the post where she says why she broke up with him. I think it was one of the earliest posts. I feel like she said, hold on. He lied to me about who he was, but I figured it out pretty quick. He said it was weird for a girl he's dating to look at a gossip website. And as I said earlier, this is like an insane lie. It is not weird at all for a woman to look at a gossip website. The breakup was kind of mutual, but I sort of crashed out on him about his past with the e-girls, the dick pic thing. Okay. Okay, the breakup was mutual, but she was mad at him about the e-girls. Now I just need to get back to... I totally lost where I am. Okay, here he is saying the gamer word, which, you know, we knew he said that. That wasn't a secret. He says that in private all the time. It's okay, sorry, I'll drop it. Well, that's good. I have some Aztec Mayan magic in my mind. Am I crazy? No, but I don't like you being judgmental and annoying about this. I'm not being either of those things. Then what would you call it? I think I was just mad because I saw you texting this girl nonstop when we hung out. And now I put a face to the name and it freaks me out that she's like weirdo pedo baiter. Okay. Okay, so this is like a big deal. So he's continuing to text this age play woman while he's dating a girl, and on dates he would be texting her. If I didn't have to talk to her, I wouldn't have, but I regret even telling you about the situation that was unfolding now. If I didn't have to talk to her, I'm sorry, so next time I'll keep it inside. Anyway, I gotta go work out. Are you mad at me? A little bit, yeah. This seems like manipulative narcissist shit. Why did you post any of this at all? Do you think there's a certain level of betrayal and not retaliate against? Okay, she's afraid of him. Okay, you should post all the screenshots because the cat's out of the bag. That's probably true. I feel that Turkey Tom, who has researched about and seen of many other YouTubers exposed, would have the same self-awareness to not do stupid shit to draw attention to himself, like making fruitless legal threats or spurging out at the internet in general. She's not being annoying here. Now he's guilt-tripping her. Yeah, that's absolutely how this reads to me. This reads like he's trying to manipulate her into not pressing this issue by making her feel guilty about bringing it up at all. You might take the pyrocynical route of trying to downplay the allegations by giving it the irony bro humor treatment, or go the Sam Hyde route of completely ignoring the allegations. Yeah, there are some allegations against Sam Hyde. I don't even know what they are. I don't know if they're bad. Well, I mean, they're allegations, so I assume they're bad. But I don't know how credible they are. I don't know how severe they are. I have not looked into that at all. I don't really care about Sam Hyde that much. I think I'm subscribed to him on YouTube, but I watch one of his videos like every 6 months. So it doesn't really, like, I would not be shocked if Sam Hyde is a terrible person. That would not surprise me at all. So, the most concern that there would be about this is that these allegations won't deter his fans from watching him like Sam Hyde. If I didn't have to talk to her, I wouldn't have. Yeah. What does that mean? Is he just talking about the account being hacked? I can tell you later. It's funny and it's similar to this. Okay. Yeah, I don't really pay too much attention to Sam Hyde. Why isn't this featured yet? I was wondering this, but, I mean, this thread is way better not being featured. What about the real allegations? Okay, he's a cringe gooner. Is there any proof of recording women during sex without consent? I mean, yeah, that is, like, the serious thing here. That is the thing here that is most likely to be criminal. I don't know for sure if this is criminal, but if anything here is criminal, it's probably that. And so if there's any proof that that the recording is non-consensual, that needs to be brought to a lawyer immediately. All the stuff that's proven is that he's a cringe gooner, which, you know, I mean, I'm all for pointing and laughing at the cringe gooners who can't keep it in their pants. This guy watches Lex. That is a very good show that nobody ever talks about. Zev is from Lex. Very good show. Very good taste. Was texting that creepy hoarder chick, saw her name was Ellie, and figured out her account pretty quickly because he had told me she was sort of Belle Delphine looking. Was he on a date with you and texting another woman? Yeah, what is this? Who texts another woman while you're on a date? He was texting creepy hoarder, saw her name was Ellie, and figured out her account pretty quickly because he had told me she was sort of Belle Delphine looking, had some gooner mutuals on Instagram with her. When I saw she dressed like a kid, my stomach dropped. He told me the texting was to talk about the hacking situation, but they still talked after the situation faded. Okay, so he was like cheating on this girl with this crazy age play, mentally ill woman that he fully acknowledged was dangerously insane. Wait, there were e-girls in Destiny's house when Destiny was hosting in Tom's house when Destiny was hosting J6 stream. Do you know who they might be? That would be interesting. Well, actually, I don't really know what is the relationship here? I don't know what this means. J6 stream. Is it notable if Tom has e-girls in his house when Destiny's doing whatever the hell this is? I don't know. I don't really follow Destiny. You should be filing police reports if he did abuse you all. Hanging around here too long rarely works out well for noobs who don't understand the site. That's my only warning. Be careful. I'm working on it and ask Joshua for advice. Just trying to info dump right now. I've never seen anyone refer to Null as Joshua. People call him Josh, they call him Null, and they call him Joshua Connor Moon, but I've never seen anyone call him Joshua. Maybe infinite pornography fucked up a lot of Zoomers and overall negatively impacted a lot of young people's sexual habits and relationships. Is this even a controversial take after seeing so many terminally online Zoomers crash and burn? I remember when he said it takes a while for him to get an erection and that he has a body count of 3. Body count is 15 plus now since being 2 in March of 2024, according to Katie. Part of why I said something, he has definitely been a weirdo with more girls because he sleeps around. Every time I see this, this is funny. Every time something happens to someone on Kiwi Farms, this gets posted. One more thing to add I thought was odd. Never really expressed any interest in Hello Kitty or that type of e-girl stuff. I had one Hello Kitty figure in my car. As a gift, Tom bought me Hello Kitty pajamas and a bunch of Hello Kitty stuff similar to what Ellie Creepy Hoarder wears. Okay. He is definitely into adult women who look like little girls. That's just beyond anything at this point. Assuming this is true. We don't know. It seems like it's true. It tracks with everything else that we've seen proof for. But he's so chopped. Yes, he is. It is so over for this guy. Well, actually, most of his career probably isn't even going to hear about this, if we're being honest. Like, he has so many. The guy has, like, what is it, like 1.5 million subs or something? So I don't think this is going to ruin his career. Unless he publicly responds and does a really bad job of it. I mean, I think Leaping Lemur is still uploading videos, isn't he? And he had a much smaller audience. But so if this is true, then he's definitely into adult women who look like little girls. And that doesn't automatically mean that he's into little girls, to be clear. But it is a red flag. And it's weird. And it's definitely embarrassing. Only man he dated was Destiny because he was small and weak enough for his taste.
Not good. Dude, Jalen knows too much too. Why does Jalen know that?
He kind of made a mistake with that one, okay? He starts telling me that, like, Turkey Tom is gay and stuff, which, I mean, it's not really a surprise.
Okay. Interesting. This is a very busy thread with a lot of outside eyes on it. I do not appreciate low IQ takes on slap fighting. What is this about? Specifically. What are they arguing about? This seems absolutely fucking horrible. Genuinely, if all that's alleged is true and this dude was talking with fucked an age player, fucked someone so hard they bled multiple times. You know it's bad when Leaping Lemur mogs Turkey Tom. Yeah, I mean, I will say, you know, Turkey Tom, a lot of his content is just reading Kiwi Farms threads, but he puts a lot of effort into it. His content is mostly better. Well, it's actually entirely better than Leaping Lemur's content. Leaping Lemur looks like Cyrax compared to Turkey Tom. And so, if Leaping Lemur is mogging him, that is bad. That is not bad. That is not good. Roughhouses win without consent. He may just be worse than a good chunk of the people he exposes on his shitty-ass YouTube channel. I found him ultra retarded from the beginning, and that got reinforced after his video on Fallen Chungus came out. Shit was poorly researched, and a good amount of it looked like stolen valor. I'm not sure what that means. Plus the fact he said that Mojo could turn his life around or whatever, despite the allegations then being that he had fucked a mentally ill 15-year-old among other fucked up acts. You know, wasn't he also mentally ill and underage at the time? Am I misremembering, or was Fallen Chungus like 17 when he had sex with a 15-year-old? And he met her in the psych ward, so they were both insane. Like, I mean, I don't think Fallen Chungus could turn his life around because he's insane. But I'm not aware of him having done anything, like any pedo shit. I might be misremembering. Onision was accused of bringing girls from a state that they were under age of consent to a state that they were over, which is sex trafficking. I don't... Is this... I mean, it probably should be. I don't know if this is a criminal act. It probably should be, though. KiwiTuber slop is so bad. I used to like Lemur before he hit 10K. Yeah, the KiwiTuber stuff is crazy because the content is not good. It's like sometimes I'll throw it up on my second monitor, but it's mostly just garbage. And so much of it is just Nova Online uploaded a bunch of TikToks and they're not very good. And also Nova Online said some things to kids in Discord 3 years ago. Remember that? And it's like, yeah, he said some things to kids in Discord. I don't really care anymore. That's not relevant to this stuff where he's just being cringe. You don't need to remind me over and over. And honestly, I don't even remember what Nova Online did. Sometimes I remember it being really bad, and sometimes I remember it not being very bad, and I don't remember which one it is. The commentary community is finally starting to weigh in. Oh wait, that's just Tippy. Roast turkey. Look at Creepy Hoarder's card likes and dislikes. She likes pink diabetic Starbucks drinks. She's a Hello Kitty woman. She likes gore. Pink drinks from Starbucks, bunnies, socks, Sanrio, the rain. She loves gore, specifically Guro. If you see Guro, that means it's sexual. Yeah, I matured past the KiwiTuber videos. They're just... I wonder how much of the audience for them is like teenagers. Because they're generally low effort. And it's just someone talking into the microphone. I mean, I make videos like that too, but I'm not getting paid to do this. If I was getting paid, I'd be putting more effort in. They make these low effort videos, and it's mostly just moral grandstanding about retarded people, and like, who cares? And other usual I never grew up type shit. Her dislikes are bacon. What are you, Muslim? Grape candy. Being touched by strangers. Okay. Oh. Being touched by... No, never mind. I was thinking maybe it's like trying to put in a stranger danger thing to tie into the age play, but no, I think she just doesn't like it when people touch her, which is, common, especially for autistic people. But yeah, this woman definitely presents herself as very emotionally young, let's say. He makes just as many gay jokes as he makes gooning jokes. He made constant jokes about gooning, but big shock. Turns out it wasn't a joke, and he actually is a degenerate, which has me wondering. Yeah, Turkey Tom is such a gooner, and so much of his brand for so long was that he wasn't a gooner, and he's against gooning, and now it turns out he's a Destiny-style goon clown. And now it has me wondering, was he joking when he talked about diaper maxing? Does he actually wear a diaper and shit his pants like Nova Online does? Well, actually, Andy Ditch would be a better example. Andy Ditch, Pamper Chew. He would definitely be more of a Pamper Chew than a Nova Online. I have pictures of the stuff and then a message I sent. And just like Pamper Chew, he has an addiction to stimulants. They are both really into stimulants, but Pamper Chew is who's winning the goon off, Lemur or Turkey Tom? Lemur's barely a gooner. He's just like a fat weirdo. I have pictures of the stuff and a message I sent my friend about it. How bad is this Lemur guy? Dude, I sent you the video that I made about him that you should have watched. Lemur is like, most of the stuff against Lemur, unless there's more stuff that came out, because I have not been keeping up with everything. Most of the stuff that came out of him is kind of like the Turkey Tom stuff, in that it's mostly just him being really embarrassing. There are allegations that he raped the girl he was with, but they're kind of not very credible. It seems like they were both very drunk, and she blacked out and he didn't, and that is what happened. That's the impression I get. Maybe there's more information from her that makes it more obvious that it was worse than that, but based on everything that I saw, that was the impression I got. I can call you in a little whenever you are free. Just call whenever I'm in the car. Okay. OMG, I need to hear about Tom stuff. OMG, he pissed me off so bad. But he said he got me Kudo me stuff for my B-Day. Is that a Sanrio thing? Kuromi. I don't know. Is that a Sanrio character? Tumblr account linked here might have been banned and replaced with an empty profile. I know people bring up underage drinking, but I'm not focused on that. More so, yeah. If he raped her, then he raped her. But it doesn't seem like the allegation there is super credible. Just because they were both super drunk at the time, and she's saying she doesn't remember what happened. But Kiwi Farm seems to think that it was rape. So maybe maybe she posted more stuff that made it more obvious. Because what I found when I was going through all that stuff is that when I would read her side of the story, I would be on her side, and then when I would read his side of the story, I would be on his side. And my impression from that is that they're both just awful people who brought out the absolute worst in each other. Bro, Tom, what is you doing? Checking all the check boxes there is to check and then some. How was his family? His family was nice and normal, but he was rude to his mom in an edgy 15-year-old boy way. Told me he wouldn't do anything his parents asked because he has his own money now. This is insane. Katie heard him on the phone with his mom and said the same thing. Not sure what went wrong because his family is super sweet and I enjoyed my time visiting with them. This means he has a really bad relationship with his parents. And that could be because he's a huge piece of shit, or it could be because his parents were, like, emotionally abusive or something. I don't know. Also, would drop the N-word casually in front of his parents, which is so weird, but I'm from the South, so maybe it's different. No, you don't do that in the North. If you don't do that in the South, it's even weirder in the North. Makes sense. Turkey Tom never evolved past his 2018 15-year-old self. Yeah, it kind of seems that way. A lot of his branding is very, like emo high schooler kind of stuff. And to some extent, he feels like he's from 2008, because that emo stuff is very like 2008. N-bomb in front of parents is weird as fuck. Yeah, it's very strange. It seems like he really likes the gamer word, and he uses it pretty much everywhere except in public, and he doesn't hide it. It's not a secret, so it's not like that's especially career ruining for him. He's been very open about using that word in private in the past. Puts holes in his walls, treats his parents like shit, brags about making money by being an internet influencer. Guys, I mean, yeah, he kind of seems like Bossman Jack if Bossman Jack wasn't broke. Showed me the holes in his wall IRL and on FaceTime. Okay, but we don't have any pics. Edgy 14-year-old vibes, yeah, definitely. Told me he was paying the owner of the house he was renting to get them fixed. I thought he owned a house. Does Turkey Tom not own a house? That's crazy. Because he must have a lot of money. He's not like Bossman Jack, right? He's not gambling it all away. He must have a lot of money. But then again, the Leaping Lemur should have a lot of money, and we know he buys Rolexes instead of houses, so. His brother is super normal and chill. Knowing he respects her prostate, but racism is a free game. Just proves he's true and honest bisexual queen that also likes his partners lacking melanin. Okay, I don't really think this is very interesting. I don't know. My desk is messier than this. I gotta be honest, my desk is a lot messier than this. The tops of the tins have a spot to put them in, so the pile isn't a big deal. Yeah, where are they? I don't see any, like, used zins. I see the tins. My desk is way messier than this. This is a fine desk. One wrong move from this fat retard, and some chick 2 years from now is fucking dead. Yeah, you gotta be really careful about this aggression in bed. That can be really dangerous stuff. And that's assuming it's consensual, which it's starting to sound like some of this is not consensual. Girls don't know what's illegal or violently abusive anymore. Internet's done a great job of porn breaking the minds of anyone born after 1995. Guys in this thread may have honestly helped someone this week by making posts like yours, because it's clear she had no idea she had any right to even be upset. You can see her realizing over the past 24 hours. Yeah. I want to clear some things up. I don't have BPD. Katie does. However, before he tries to come at me, I was open about the fact to him very early on that I was sent to a mental health facility twice because of depression and eating issues very early on in our relationship. Okay, so he doesn't exclusively like BPD girls. Oh, choking is like severely dangerous. Choking is like walking a tightrope. Porn addiction has ruined so many men's brains. It really has. So many of these people are just like permanently fucked, and their dopamine receptors are burned out because all they do is jerk off. I was sent to a mental health facility twice prior to our relationship. Would still continue to tell me he liked how small I am and feed into it. Oh, because of her eating disorder. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I guess that could trigger an eating disorder. But it doesn't seem like, I don't think that was his intent at all. I think he was just like a creepy weirdo about adult women who look underage, which hopefully is as far as it goes, but I don't know. So Turkey Tom spent too much time looking into the YouTuber drama abyss, and it finally decided to stare back. I'm sure all of the sharks over on PooTube are smelling blood in the water and are circling Tom's brewing shitstorm with money-hungry eyes. I certainly am. Okay, so Sacramento 89 did not have BPD, but she is mentally ill. So it seems like Turkey Tom's type is mentally ill women with small breasts who are physically smaller than him and can't push him off when he gets rough. What a dog shit setup. No carpet, cheap ass fucking basic bitch office chair, horrible cable management. Yeah, I mean, my cables are better than that at least. And my cables aren't great. 2 tiny monitors. Desk is positioned right by the fucking windows. Yeah. I don't know. This isn't... Are these tiny monitors? This one's curved. Can you get a small curved monitor? Yeah, no, these are 1080p. I think. Well, probably not 1080p. But these aren't ultra-wide. I mean... Geez, if I had Turkey Tom's money, I'd have 2 ultra-wides. I only have 1. Let's go to the next highlight. More than anything, I think the Occam's razor approach here is that Tom goes for the anorexic bulimic type that probably also looks underage. Yeah, that seems about right. My main question here is as follows. What convinced you in going to Kiwi Farms with this over leaking it on Twitter? This is where I found out all the sus stuff about him to begin with, and Joshua has been kind to me, so I felt comfortable posting. This was on a good day. Hold on. I heard piles of Zins. I was expecting some nasty hoarder shit. You had me with the text messages and stuff. I don't think 2 cans of Zins is going to mean anything. This was on a good day. I swear it got worse. Was he possessive of you? We know Kai alleged he was controlling and jealous. No, he didn't give a fuck, actually. In fact, he would get mad at me for questioning his past. Oh. That's Null saying this is really mean. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it was him deliberately trying to be mean. But then again, we saw some controller narcissist shit earlier. So maybe it was like an attempt to manipulate her. And then, this is like crazy coincidence. Because obviously Turkey Tom's videos, he makes them probably a few weeks in advance. And he schedules the upload in advance. And it's fucking I'm Alex is the first video he uploads the day after the news breaks. And this is the guy who said he would bash his girlfriend's head in with a brick. Very abusive lunatic whose whole thing was being like a performative male feminist. Addicted to porn, thinks bleeding during sex means pleasure. Did he say that? If he said that, I missed that. Zoomer born in 2002. 90s born Zoomers being the last well-adjusted humans has to be a causal effect from 9/11. I think we're kind of reaching the end of the new stuff. And now it's just people talking about it, which I'm less interested in. So if I can't find, like, fresh allegations, I might wind down the stream in a few. Hold on. Do you think he'll be able to mentally recover from this situation? He said he wanted to anti-hero himself during the age player. Okay, he didn't actually want to kill himself. Does he have a consistent history of mental illness? Katie mentions he used to self-harm. I didn't know that. Or is just going through some weird gooner phase? I don't think so. There's no way he can address this without further embarrassing himself and exposing his weird rapey fetishes, lolicon shit. I mean, the best thing for him to do with this case is to just say, yeah, I'm into some weird, disgusting porn, and everything we did was consensual. Because if he does anything else, it's going to make him look like a rapist. Mental illness, IDK, and I don't want to armchair diagnose, but he has signs showing narcissistic personality disorder, which lines up with him going after BPD girls. Yeah, that makes sense. In some of our text conversations I shared, he was so manipulative, even y'all were calling him up for it. Yeah, some of those texts, I, like, looked at them and I'm like, oh, this is a manipulative narcissist. It's really obvious. Dear YouTubers, bad word, bad word, bad word, bad word, bad word. I don't want to be in your gay-ass video, get a real job. I think I'm allowed to show this on stream. I don't think I'm allowed to read this on stream. I think that's the YouTube rule. I should probably read the rules before I go streaming Kiwi Farms. Okay. Well, you can develop a masturbation method that conflicts with vaginal stimulation. It can make ejaculation difficult or impossible. Okay. So, that's why his dick don't work. Hitting, squeezing face hard enough to cause bruising. Questioning the hitting allegations. If Tom has a thing for squeezing your cheek so hard it leaves a bruise, it's still abusive. Does Tom have a thing for giving women hickeys by pinching them on the face? That's a different thing to hitting women in the face during sex, and the evidence we've seen matches up with face pinching better than a man hitting a woman during sex. Being hit leaves a larger bruise or a black eye, and the bruises we've seen match up better with a pinch than a hit. Yeah, that makes sense. Money is a real thing. What money is this? I don't know about Zach, but it looks like both of these women have some attachment issues and low enough self-esteem to overlook his bullshit for a while. And he specifically looks for these women. That's the impression I get. It seems like he specifically seeks out women who are mentally ill and can be easily manipulated. I agree with you. We both definitely have attachment issues and should have, like, BPD is, like, that's the main thing, is people with BPD become absolutely obsessed with their romantic partner. And so if you know how to control them, it can be easy to control them. However, I don't think that discards the fact that what he did was wrong. Should have dumped his... Oh, the moment... Okay, yeah. And he probably purposely chose us because he could tell we both have issues. Also, the money is a real thing. What money is this? He was also in it for the bag because half the time he was really miserable to be around. Oh, so she's saying part of the reason she stayed with him is that he had a lot of money. Posting to get revenge on your ex on Kiwi Farms is pretty up there on the BPD scale. That is very true. You don't have to say you want someone deplatformed to know your actions will destroy their career. Okay, so this is someone who's, I guess, pushing back on some of the... Like, is this from him? No, that's someone else. This is someone who's pushing back on the allegations. I think he played piano. Really? Turkey Tom plays piano? I would have thought if you played an instrument, I would have guessed guitar. I think because his YouTube randomly worked out, he believes going into other avenues will immediately work out. Because if there's one thing I've learned from Tom, he is incredibly delusional and narcissistic. I would love to hear from Nicholas Diorio about this. Because he and Nick Diorio have been friends, I think, for several years now. And so if Tom is a delusional narcissist, Nick Diorio would definitely have noticed that. And I don't know, maybe Nick Diorio is also a delusional narcissist. To be honest, I think the hack nudes kind of spooked him, and he was sus it would come out and ruin his career for fucking with a lolicon, and was experiencing major burnout from making videos out of drama slop for like 10 years. Okay, I think we're kind of at the end of the allegations. Ooh, what is this? If anything that shows a date about what? Confirming his sexual violence. He was hurting her, and then he would disregard what she was saying and proceed to engage with the transaction, even as she pleaded. I also remember there was mention of bleeding due to such intense aggression during such transactions. That's a weird term to use here. Thank you so much. Let me know if there's anything else I can do. Do you remember around what time I told you this information? I believe it was in October of 2025. I remember you were crying while working on some project, and I knocked on your door. You kind of unleashed it. I'm pretty sure it was that conversation. And I told you that it wasn't normal and it's never ever okay. So what's here? Coming back tomorrow, it's a little personal, but I broke up with my boyfriend. And I know I confided in you months ago about the sexual violence. I found out he has a pattern of this, and I'm considering going forward to law enforcement with this information. Could you write out a statement over text describing what I told you? Your statement will be 100% anonymous. I'm driving, but I'll get it done. Thank you so much. Does this work? Share with me one evening that during sexual transactions with Thomas, she would vocally exclaim that he was being too aggressive and that he was hurting her. Oh! Okay, so if this is true, then I'm pretty sure this is just rape. My understanding was that the rough stuff was consensual. But this, if this is true, this sounds like it was not consensual, and that is really bad for him. I mean, it's bad for everyone here, but I mean, it looks really bad for him. Like, I don't know how he's gonna come back from this. It shows the date. Yeah. A famous guy has groupies. He fucks broken hoes and is rough and inconsiderate to them. We're in the age when you can get pussy from making Final Fantasy retrospectives. No, we're in the age when you have better chances of getting pussy making Final Fantasy retrospectives than someone working a normal job. See, I thought this story was a bit of a nothing burger until I saw this allegation, which makes it seem a lot more like rape. So, I don't know. What's going to be his response to this? Is he going to have evidence that this is not true and that it was consensual? Because if he can prove at this point that it was consensual, or if he can introduce doubt that these allegations are credible, then that could be something. Hold on. I think we're at the end of this thread. Yeah, this is the end of the thread. He's going to use the just in case folder. I mean, does he have anything in the just in case folder that will save him here? Because if he has voice calls of her saying she's super into it, I mean, that would certainly help. But if he doesn't have any voice calls of that, and he doesn't have any text messages where she's saying she's super into it, like Leaping Lemur had text messages showing the girl was into some of the weird shit they were doing. If Tom can't pull anything like that up, I think he's fucked. Also, not an axe to grind. Oh, my attention whore. I had a feeling this is gonna look insane. Okay. I'm just looking to see if there's anything more here in terms of allegations. Here's someone... Ooh, this could be something. One of Ellie's friends DM'd me and is trying to speak on Ellie's behalf since she's not online and they don't understand how to post on here. Tom did meet Ellie, as we all thought, flew her to Maine. I don't know who Ellie is. I guess that's one of the e-girls he flew to wherever he lives, which is Maine. I thought he lived in Boston. Bought a hotel, definitely not scared away, lol. Here's what I have so far. She said she'll get more from Ellie. She heard about this yesterday. Hi, are you the girl involved with the Turkey Tom stuff? Can we talk for a second? It's nothing bad. I'm friends with Ellie, the girl that has been posted. Oh, this is Creepy Hoarder. Ooh. She was hacked and lost access to her account months ago, so she can't say anything in regards to everything that's been happening. I would love to talk because I low-key don't know WTF they saying about her side, lol. Well, apparently Tom said that he was going to meet with her, but didn't because he got freaked out. That's a lie. They did meet, and he had a hotel with her. Okay, so apparently Tom said that he did not go through with meeting up with this girl because he was freaked out by how she was doing the weird age play shit, I think. First and foremost, am I allowed to post any of this? I will blur whatever you want. I would post this, but IDK had to make an account on that site. I've never used it. I got you, gang. Do you want me to blur your user? Yes, please. I have more pics that she would like to be posted as well. He flew her out on his own will and paid for it. IDK, why he's denying it. Okay, did he... Okay, okay. And this is the age play girl? Am I mixed up on something? Or is this the age play girl? Oh, right here. You can smell the Minhara through the screen. Let me see. Yeah. Ellie. So he met up with this girl that he says was like a weird freak. That he wasn't interested in. And that he was creeped out by. It should be a bannable offense to try and scare off someone leaking good shit to the farms by pretending to be retarded and sending stupid replies to them. He probably feared what's happening right now. It's clear he had a lot to hide. Tom's #1 search in Safari. Before the allegations, it consisted of nothing but Dick the Master's multi-posting and diligent archiving of all his main channel videos, podcasts, and mentions of him. Yeah, I think, if I remember correctly, I opened this thread up a couple weeks ago to see if there was anything here, and it was literally just people talking about his videos. This thread was very mundane and barely has any milk on him. Yeah, I don't know why he's obsessively checking it. Okay, that's a good point. So, it seems like Turkey Tom was aware that he was doing some bad shit. And he was aware that it was eventually going to leak. And he was monitoring this thread so that he could see it when it leaked. Because he knew it would show up here, because he knows that Kiwi Farms doesn't like him. The girl who didn't know, I assume she's just insecure. And she also stated he was flexing in most of his pictures. I'm sure she's fairly attractive. His image issues and thought they were a looks match, plus he's got money. How anyone settles for this type of person. He looks like complete shit, clearly has an awful personality from being a terminally online porn addict. Kind of disheartening if porn addiction is that much of an issue. Yeah. So, okay. So looking through everything here, I think we've seen a one-way ticket to Ram Ranch. Here's my DMs. We don't follow each other anymore. Oh, this is just to prove that stuff's real. What is this? Oh, this is, I believe this is him posting on the Soy Jack party. I think we've run out of interesting stuff here. Unless there's more stuff related to this age play girl. Or if there's anything in here about diapers, that would be insane. But I don't think we're going to find anything about diapers. So, I don't know. I think we're going to wind down the stream here. If you enjoyed the stream, you should press the like button. And subscribe if you haven't already. But I'm going to wind things down. Thank you to everyone who showed up. And I think this has been a good stream. I'm going to have to chop it up and edit it for